Hey guys, so in my last video, showed you my new planner. It's Hobonichi Techo Cousin. It's 2024, so it's from last year, but I have been redating it and, redoing it, I guess, to match this school year, or this year, not school year. This is this week, and I'm going to do a plan with me for next week. So today is Wednesday. I have a bunch of errands to run this afternoon, and then the rest of the week is not super busy, but there's still things going on. I've got chiropractor and a CT scan on Friday. My son has a couple games. He's got a couple practices. My other son is working. So, not a huge, crazy, busy week, but there's always something to do, right? So let's move on to next week. I'm going to put this under here just to kind of make it a flat surface. But this is what a blank week looks like compared to like this one, for instance, or this one. So let me show you what I do to get it ready for the week. So first of all, I'm going to pick out my stickers that I'm going to use. And sorry, I didn't have them right on top. I'm using this sticker book that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's Agenda 52. It was $4.99. I got it 40% off. I never ever buy anything full price at Hobby Lobby because that's just silly. But these stickers are really cute. I love the colors. They fit in my columns wonderfully. There are some bigger ones too that I probably won't use in this planner. But I just think it's really, really cute. I love butterflies. I love florals. So here we go. But I do have to change the dates at the top. So to do that, we're going to go to the handy dandy book that I have all of my days of the week and monthly calendar stickers in. And let's see what we can find that will match. Yeah. We may not find something this week, and that's okay. Ooh, let's use these. I do have, there we go. I do have to white out, though, the letters at the top because these are clear stickers and it'll show through. So first things first is I use my Bic whiteout. I love this thing. I get them in big packs from places like Costco and Target. But here I'm just going to white out the date and the day of the week. I'm not going to be super precise with this because a majority of the stuff I'm going to put on here, for as far as stickers and whatever, it's going to cover up most of that. Okay, so I do have to, though, cut a couple of these to make sure that they fit. But let's start with Sunday. I always do my weeklies Monday through Sunday because that is the easiest for me in terms of planning, because I start my week on Monday and it ends on Sunday, and that way my weekend is together. Because most things that we do on the weekend, if it's a 2 or 3 day weekend, those events are going to be together, like going out of town or whatever. And I don't love separating that. Now on my monthly calendar, it doesn't bother me because I don't look at that every day. But on my weekly, that I definitely have to have the weekend together. So it's not perfect. That's not great. But I don't care enough about it to go through and white out every single thing. If you want to do that, go for it. But I don't feel like it today. My Wednesday, I always cut the day part off. for the reason that it doesn't fit as well. It takes up too much of that space. So now I'm going to go through and look and see if there's a marker that will work well that goes with that color. This is my pen test page, and I do think that apricot would look good. So let's get out the zebra mild liners and find apricot. Oh, that's not it. There we go. We'll use that to write our numbers at the top. So let's go back to our weekly. Here we go. So this week is going to be, let's find January. It's going to be the 20th through the 26th. Because this last week we're doing through the 19th. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Okay. Again, not perfect. That's okay. It's not about perfection for me. It's about getting the plans down so I don't forget everything, but making it look pretty in the process. So the next thing I like to do when I do my weekly is make these dividing lines. And I think that this color is actually quite nice. So we're going to use that color. We're going to get out our little fancy dancy ruler. And so I typically don't plan anything before 6 a.m. And I have been using this little space at the top for notes. But I think that I'm going to make that space a little bigger. So I'm going to draw my line at 6. So I will just go like that. And then over here, all the way across. Okay. So now I just have a little extra space at the top. And that's perfect. Then we're going to draw a line at 3. Thankfully you can see the line from the previous page, so I don't need to figure it out. But this planner does have all of these times down the side in military time, which is what the US calls it. But it's a 24-hour clock. So I do have to kind of mentally think, what time is it? But thankfully, again, the line's already drawn. But I'm not using this space as much as I envisioned. So I think I'm going to make these a little bit bigger at the top. So I'm going to make this a little bigger. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to white out these times. And I'm going to do, so this is 3 o'clock. I'm going to space these out a little more. So I'm just going to just white out these times all the way up to that line. And I'll do it better on the rest of these. And the reason I'm doing that is so instead of just having one line in between the times, now I can have 2 lines in between, or even 3 lines if I wanted to. But I'm not going to go that crazy. Whoops, I'm going to stay on the row here. And that helps me give a little bit more space in the evening for my son's activities. And eventually my other son will be doing stage crew after school again. And that will take up a little more time and space in the evenings. So we're just going to cheat. We're just going to draw that line back on there. And so it'll be nice to have the evenings spaced out a little bit more again. But fix that. One thing I like about this book as well, compared to the composition book I've been using, is that the whiteout tape actually blends in much better to me, or at least I like the way it looks better than in my composition book. So let's rewrite these days. So this is 3. So I'm going to go every other. So I'm going to do 1, 2 spaces. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So we've spread the evening out. So now there's 2 spaces or 3 spaces in between each hour rather than just 2. So that's going to give me an extra, 3/4 of an inch down here, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're writing out a lot of times, a lot of activities in the evening, it does make a difference. So then I'm going to leave a little space before I draw this line at the bottom here. We have never had anything that I'm aware of in our activities go past 10 o'clock on a weeknight, and so I'm not going to worry about having that line go all the way down, but there we go. So now I'm going to fill in the times on the rest of these. I might not do that in the future, write all the times in, but I'm going to do it until I get used to where the lines are. Because I am, again, still kind of learning this planner. And I know this is super exciting to watch me just write in all these times, but I like watching videos where things are done in real time, because sometimes I feel like I watch a video and the person is doing everything sped up and you don't realize just how long it takes to do things sometimes, especially when it comes to like art journaling or scrapbooking, I guess, or crafting. Sometimes it does take a while to get things done, especially lettering videos. When I watch people doing lettering and it's sped up, and then I think, oh, it's so easy, I could do that. And then I'm like, it takes me 10 minutes to draw one letter, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it takes a little longer than I thought. Anyway, so there's our evening, and then I'm going to do one more line at the bottom for meals, and then that will give me room for like a top 3 things to get done at least. I don't want it to be a situation where I don't leave myself enough room for a to-do list, but I also don't want the to-do list to be like the only focus. I've got other stuff in my life besides things I have to do, and I want to leave room for those things. So, okay. So there we go. There we have it. I think I like it. Let's see. Moving on, I've got my days of the week and the numbers at the top. This is where I'll rewrite my to-do list. I still have about half of that to do on the last few days of the week, so there won't be as big of a list for next week. But so I'm going to wait on moving those things over. In the meantime, let's pick out some stickers. What I like to start with, though, is I always like to start with my stickers that I use almost every week. So this week, let's see, as far as recycling. Okay, so this is a recycling week. So I just have this pile, and I go through and I place the stickers on, as I need to. These are for keeping track of my TV shows, which I have not done this page yet. That's coming. And then my little garbage cans, and I think I'm going to use yellow, I think. Because Thursday is our garbage day. We don't have any birthdays this week. Oh, we do. What am I thinking? It's my sister's birthday. Ooh, she kicked my booty if I forgot that. Okay, so I'm going to put that on here, and then I'll write that in a minute. But my sister, my older sister, she's my best friend, and her birthday is coming right up, so that's fun. This is my do not insert thing here, stickers. I don't use those very often. I have been trying to keep track of my blood pressure, and I did not do that last week, but I'm trying to do it every other day. So I'm just going to do every other day, and then I'll do my to-do list around it if I have to. But I went to the cardiologist and he said, you're doing fine, but just keep track of your blood pressure because I'm trying to do some medicine adjustments. So my son has no school on Monday. Well, both my kids have no school on Monday for MLK Day. All right, basketball. Always so much basketball. So we have practice, and then a game. I wonder why we don't have a game for that team. Oh well, I'll take it. Okay, practice Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So these little teeny stickers are kind of a pain. So Monday. Oop. Wednesday. Oop, is Wednesday at 7 or at 7:30? Wednesday's at 7, so I'm going to move that up just a teeny bit. 7, and then Thursday is 7:30. And then our game on Sunday is at 3:30. I love these little icon stickers because it's so easy for me to be like, oh, basketball. You know, I don't really have to think about it. It's just at a glance for sure. Okay, so we've got practice at 7:30. Whoops. Practice, and that's for one team, and then this one is 7 p.m. practice for his other team, and then 7:30 practice for the first team again, and then this is a game, 3:30 for the other team. So he's playing on 2 different teams, so he's been having 2 practices and 2 games. But this month is really busy because we had a couple tournaments. So hopefully it slows down. It'll slow down for sure in February, but still. Okay, Monday, that day is also, so let's make sure we get Martin Luther King Day. And it's Inauguration Day. I don't love that. I'll survive. Okay. So that's it for Monday. Tuesday, I have an appointment with my therapist. So that I have some therapy stickers. They just say therapy on them. And I used these more frequently when my younger kids were also doing therapy. But they are not in therapy at the moment. We all found out we had ADHD a couple years ago, and so we've been in and out of, doctor's offices, figuring out our medications and our strategies, and but we haven't needed to go on a regular basis for a while. I only go about every month or so. Actually, every few months, but I went last month and I'm going again because we switched medicines. So my daughter, my sister's birthday, my therapist and my sister's names are both Julie, and she's 59 and she looks like she's 40. She's beautiful. So that day, I don't know, I may try to go see if she's available. Maybe I'll go visit her for the day. She lives a couple hours away, but it's not a terrible drive. It's just 2 hours. So then Friday night, my daughter is going to be a bridesmaid in her best friend's wedding. And so we're going to go look at dresses. So let's see. Find a little sticker that I can use to highlight that. So we're going to do that Friday. What time did we decide? 6 o'clock. So Friday at 6. We're going to go do dresses at David's Bridal. So that'll be fun. I'm excited. Her best friend, they've been roommates all through college. They were best friends all through elementary and high school, and I'm excited for her. And then Sunday we have a game. We have nothing on Saturday. That's exciting. And then it's the beginning of Catholic Schools Week. My son goes to a Catholic school, and they usually do some sort of, like, what do you call it? Kickoff event. In the last couple of years, it's been ice skating. And so I am going to write that down just in case they do add an event. I'm just going to make a note at the top. So that's the bare bones minimum of what I put in my planner on a weekly basis. Appointments, birthdays, etc. Then I go in and I decorate. There's every chance in the world that I'm going to end up going back and having to add to this, but that's okay. It usually doesn't end up being a situation where I have to like rearrange anything. So let's see. I'm going to do one big sticker right here in the middle. And then I'm just going to page through. Some of these stickers are bigger, and I'll probably use those on, daily pages. But for now, I do like, this one's pretty. Let's see, will that fit there? Yeah. So I'm going to white this out because I don't typically use this because the dates are off since this isn't last year's version of this calendar. So I'm just going to white that out, and then I'm going to put a sticker over the top of it. These are clear, otherwise I wouldn't bother whiting it out, but these particular floral ones are clear, so I want to make sure that there's nothing in the way. That looks really nice. Let's see if there's any, let's see here, a lot of outlining type stickers. Those are kind of cool. I do like these, so let me see, maybe I will use one of these and go across this. That's really pretty. Here we go. The other thing I really like about these planners too is the lines are light enough that it doesn't distract. These lines are dark, and sometimes when you try to decorate your weekly, I feel like the stickers get lost because the background lines are so bright. But these are, to me at least, less visually invasive. So yeah, I like that. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of little butterflies. These colored dots are nice, but I don't typically use them in here, but I do use these sometimes to color code in my budget binder. These little icons are cute, but they're not very eye-catching, so I probably won't use any of those. Let's see. Today's errands. I don't know that I'll use any of those, but I will throw a couple of cute little boxes on here. Now, these are meant to fit into a bigger happy planner type planner, which is more this size compared to the A5. So some of these stickers are going to be a little wide, and that's okay. You can either trim the edges off or just overlap like I did. It's entirely up to you. But that doesn't really bother me, so if it overlaps a little, that's not the end of the world. I'm okay with that. You can always, trim off the extra if it's an issue. My to-do list isn't usually like the entire length of that page, so let me see. There's another sticker I could put at the bottom. that to-do side. Let's see. Oh, I think up here I might stick this, cover up that little 4th week thing. Important. And then at the bottom, maybe I'll just put one of these little stickers down here. And now I'll throw a few butterflies on here, and then I think we're done. I don't typically like to use too many stickers on these layouts because it's far enough in advance that I don't always know if something's going to come up that I'm going to need to remember or add. I mean, you know, or if the coach is going to throw in a last minute practice or something, you know, stuff like that can happen. But I do like to just add little bits here and there. So I'll throw a few of these butterflies on. And then I think we can call this layout finished up. And in my other planner and in this one, I do like to add little notes here and there about the day. So I might be like this week, you know, I finally cleaned our upstairs hallway. Seems minor, but that's been on my list for weeks. So I wrote a little note. I was proud of myself. Here I took my kids out to Scooters, which is a local coffee place. You know, so I do like to leave space for that kind of stuff. But because I now have daily pages, I can also leave the longer notes for the daily pages and maybe decorate a little more. We'll see. Again, this is only the 3rd week I've been using this, so all of this may change, of course, as we go along. Let's see. I don't see any more. Oh, my pages are stuck together. I don't see any more butterfly stickers that are just calling my name. But let's throw on, let's see. I think that's probably good. We're going to call it a day. So here we go. Monday, no school, inauguration day. Probably try to take the kids out and do something fun that day. I have no idea what. We'll figure something out. Practice, and a game. Therapy. Trying on bridesmaids' dresses, my sister's birthday. So not an incredibly busy week in terms of planning ahead. But, you know, that's not a bad thing. And then, like I said, from this week, I'll have about half of this done by the end of the week. So then there won't be as much, but I'll transfer that over after. And there you have it. Planned with me for the 20th through the 26th in my Hobonichi Techo Cousin. And I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you next time.